Hello producers, it's Ozgun here. In this tutorial, I'm gonna listen your demos that you sent me from Discord. And if you wanna don't miss the next feedback stream, you can join the Discord, link in the description. And if you're ready, let's get into that video. We are starting with the first track, let's go. I like the groove, I like the break ambience, these plucky little sounds. They're really creating a nice ambience. The drop vibe is so cool, and till drop everything is, I think, really nice. Just I will add more stuff to the build up section. I think it's a little bit empty currently. I will add some sweeps, maybe some more risers, something to give the tension. But other than that, yeah, all the parts are nice. But just judging from the waveform, and in the comment you already write like there's some problem with the kick. Whatever you're doing, it's SoundCloud is ruining the quality of it. Maybe it's something about the kick is overcompressed, or the kick is too loud, or something wrong with the transient of the kick. I cannot figure out the problem just listening from here, but I can judge it from the waveform. Like all the transients in the waveform are just in different heights, and it's just all of them in different shapes. But when we are uploading this kind of sound tracks to the SoundCloud, we needed to see the kick should be more clipped, in order to get the same power every time kick hits. For example, you can just check this one. Almost every transient is same height. And you see like it's about mastering, or maybe it's about sample selection. I cannot figure out the problem, but just check the waveforms. Like your waveform is more chaotic, but this one is just flat. Maybe the answer that you are looking for is just clipping. Try to hard clip your kick, and maybe even the kick, bass, and the whole drum group, until you get the tight waveform. I think it can be a really nice tip for you. And I think you can just give a little bit more volume to the bass. The break sounds could be a little bit louder. The synth sounds that you are playing in the drop can be a little bit louder. Other than that, I think the vibe is so cool. But yeah, you gotta figure out this kick problem. And other than that, I think this track is very, very nice. In terms of vibe and in terms of melodies, I really enjoyed it. The groove is really cool, but I don't know if this weird, vocal choppy main sound might be in a different key than your bass. I'm not sure about it. Just I will check it out. I don't know, I already get used to how it sounds, but yes, still just check it out. So far the drop is cool. I feel like it's a little bit boxy. Maybe you can try to deep 600 Hz, 400 Hz. Check some surgery on the low mid region. Maybe kick a little bit too boxy, I don't know. This main plucky main lead sound can be a little bit louder. And other than that, the sounds are most of the sounds are trying to occupying the same space in the spectrum. I mean the stereo field. Maybe you can try to pan some sounds or, try to stereo process. So maybe you can just put some sounds in a different place in the stereo field so you can, make it a little bit wider. Currently, I feel like the mix is a little bit too centered, in my opinion. For example, the kick bass are mono, and also this main lead is mono. So if everything is mono in the track, there's no contrast between the sounds. And then we got very centered mix instead of a very, very wide mix. This main sound must be so much bigger. I would give more reverb and also more compression. I mean like OTT or something like that to boost the sound, brighten it a little bit. Or maybe you can boost it with a clipper. Just try to make the sound a bit more compressed and then you can just boost the volume much more bigger. And also the vocal chop, one of the main sounds, also centered. Yeah, I will just try to work on the stereo imaging, but other than that, the production is cool. Very experimental track in my opinion, but I really enjoyed it while I listened to it. So congrats on this one, I really like it. Yeah, the background pads have tons of mid and high frequencies and I think it's masking the vocal. I will do something like that. This is a mixing decision, but you can just sidechain the pads or all of the instruments that are kind of playing the same frequency with the vocal, and I will just sidechain it to the vocals. When vocals are singing, I will just duck a little bit of volume so vocals can be more present without, you know, masked by other instruments. I think when the kick hits, when the drop comes, the first thing just before the drop, at least give me a bar without bass and without much low information, bass information. So in there, I can just, you know, release all the tension, and in the drop can feels like it impacting bigger. But when you just go directly to the drop without any automations or any gap, the drop doesn't, you know, surprise me. It doesn't impact bigger. You see, that didn't surprise me. And maybe you can have some snare roll, snare build-up sound, rise the tension a little bit, and just before the drop, release everything, give one bar break at least, and then just hit the drop. It's gonna be so much bigger. And other than that, I think drop bass is not that much loud. The kick is too loud, the drop bass is too silent. I think you gotta find a better balance. Yeah, I think the drop got this problem. The instruments are kind of masking each other. You can try to separate them. Like, for example, pick a main instrument and then dip other instrument if they are clashing with the same frequency. And other than that, maybe you can push the sidechain a little bit harder, so we got more pumping effect in the drop. It's gonna affect the whole groove, whole vibe. Yeah, right now the sidechains are just a little bit too flat, but it's just my personal taste, just saying. Yeah, man, I think the kick is just a little bit too loud compared to the bass. So I really enjoyed this Indian theme. I think the groove is so cool. I think the vibe is so cool, so positive. Just several stuff to fix in the mixing side, and other than that, really fire track.
Don't overthink things, baby, 'cause I know that you do. You've been a stranger lately, and I know that's not you. Easy come, easy go, no need to fight about it. Easy come, easy go, no stress, I'm good without it. Easy come, easy go, let's keep it fun and simple. Easy come, easy go, you know my loving is no sweat, it's no sweat. It's no sweat, it's no sweat. It's no sweat, it's no sweat. It's no sweat, it's no sweat.
Okay, very cool vibes again, but I can just instantly say in the build-up, you are just teasing the drop lead, the guitar sound, the acoustic sound, the main melody. It's gonna be better if you don't put it instantly, just filter it more. Maybe it can start more washout with more reverb, because like in the end of the build up I kind of lose the vocals, and the drop lead was, you know, so much bigger, and that's why the drop didn't impact that much harder than I expected. And the second thing, I think the drop is lack of a little bit high frequencies. Like the build up section is more brighter than the drop. Yeah, we gotta solve this problem. So if you don't want to make the drop bigger, you can make the previous parts a little bit smaller. Even just the master volume automation, just lower it couple dBs. All the parts other than drop, you can just lower it couple dBs, and then the drop is gonna sound much more bigger. Also, the main guitar sound, maybe it's a little bit too dry and maybe too loud. I would just get a reference track and compare the levels. I think it can be fit to the drop just a little bit better.
Overthink things, baby, 'cause I know that you do. You've been a stranger lately, and I know that's not you. Easy come, easy go, no need to fight about it. Easy come, easy go, no stress, I'm good without it. Easy come, easy go, let's keep it fun and simple. Easy come, easy go, you know my loving is no sweat, it's no sweat. It's no sweat, it's no.
You see, the melody comes too sudden and it's instantly gets the same power with the vocal. I would just give it the filter a little bit slower.
Sweat. It's no sweat.
Yeah, man, this is a solid track. I love the full production. The arrangement wise, it's so cool. Just small mixing problems, and other than that, very, very fire track. Okay, I'm gonna skip this track because it's already released, and it already released in 2 years ago, and it's already on Spotify. So why do you need feedbacks on this track? So I'm gonna go to the next one. If you have fresh tracks unreleased that you need feedback on, you can just send me. But other than that, please don't send me released tracks, because the feedback I'm gonna give is not gonna make sense on them. So we are going to the next track now.
Magic Cell killed this beat.
¿Dónde estás, Yolanda? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó, Yolanda? Te busqué, Yolanda.
Snare is too big. It's too loud. Just lower the volume a little bit. The snare volume.
Y no estás, Yolanda.
Okay, I'm gonna revert what I say. The snare is good because it's totally harmonizing with the kick bass, which is perfect, very cool. You probably clip it very perfectly. It's so distorted and also so loud, but the background music now, it's a little bit too silent compared to the rest of the music that you put inside of this remix. Or probably you can just push the background, you know, sounds a little bit more, so they will match with your with better, you know. Now the kick and bass are kind of playing in a different track. Yeah, you gotta just volume balance them.
Como ardiente, ardiente de mujer, la luz de tu mirada, el fuego de tus labios, me echaron a mi pecho y de mí me enamoré. ¿Dónde estás, Yolanda? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
Yeah, man. I like it. I like the idea. I think it's so cool. But yeah, the background music, just make it a little bit louder, match them better, and yeah, this track totally dope. Dude, I feel like in the drop we are losing some energy, and I just want to check it out. Is it? Okay, I just record the sound. Now I'm gonna check it with span. Okay, man, this is the drop response. So we are having overly too much mid frequencies, and compared to them, our bass is not that much bigger. So I think in the electronic dance music, the most powerful thing should be the low end, no matter what. And other thing, our ears are evolved to hear the mid frequencies much more louder than it is already. So which means like even though if you have a normal volume of mid frequencies, it's gonna be sounds very loud than it is. And in this case, our mid frequencies are like maybe 30 or 40% bigger than the low end, which is just creating the illusion of the low end is not that much big, because yeah, our ears are just comparing the frequencies. So I will just try to fix that problem. This should be the first thing to fix. So probably you don't see it now, but I need to just switch it in here. So now you should hear it. So what if you just lower these frequencies a little bit, the very low frequency a little bit? Let's see how it's gonna be. So I need to make it low shelf. Yeah, just to exaggerate it. Yeah, and we are lacking, very lacking of the warmth, which should be the 200 hertz. Yeah, it's clipping, but you got the point right. We always need to make sure we are covering enough low frequencies, especially in the low mid region if we wanna sound warm. And other than that, the very sub frequencies should be the biggest thing in the drop most of the cases. And yeah, just wanted to address this problem, and yeah, now we can keep listening to it. I think again the sound design is so cool. The processing wise, it's really decent. And the climax part, there was no problem so far with the coloring or the brightness or whatsoever. The only thing was the drop kick and bass has a little bit gap on the 200 hertz area, and the mid frequencies are over boosted. And that just making the track sounds more boxy. If you just fix those problems, I like to hear when you finish this track already. Let's go to the next track.
So I'ma light it up just like a cigarette smoke till it's in my head, take it all away. Yeah, I'ma light it up just like a cigarette smoke till it's in my head, take the pain away.
So far it's good. One criticism regarding to the production, I will change the second chord. So you have 4 chords. The second one seems to be not fitting to the vocal all the time, I think. Just check it out. Maybe you can just replace it with a better chord. Maybe I'm mistaken. Other than that, again, the vocal reverb, I don't kind of like it. It's a bit dirty in my opinion and occupying too much high frequencies. And yeah, maybe the piano and the background vocals are kind of fighting with the same spot. So if you want to make the vocal the main element, just make sure to at least sidechain or lower the volume the other sounds so they don't clash or fight with the same spot. The piano and the vocal, I'm sure they are kind of fighting on 2K area, maybe. And in this case, the problem is this gap. I think the kick or bass, not powerful enough on this 100 hertz frequency. So you got a big gap in here. And this frequency is a little bit too much. And yeah, just try to volume and EQ balance the things. Then it's gonna be more breathing, more relaxed drop. But now kinda all sounds are fighting. And yeah, you gotta figure it out with practice. It's gonna happen. It might take time, but just go sound by sound and solo the sounds in a priority order and then unmute some of the sounds. If it's clashing with the first sound, if you think when you unmute some sound, the current mix is get a little bit complicated, just try to EQ the new sound and make sure they are not fighting for the same spot.
So I'ma light it up just like a cigarette smoke till it's in my head, take it all away. Yeah, I'ma light it up just like a cigarette smoke till it's in my head, take the pain away.
Yeah, man. Other than that, I think the production is good. I like the arrangement. I like how you add the kick and change some things in the second break. So now you gotta focus a little bit on mixing side, and then this track is gonna be so much better. So this track is removed. I'm gonna skip this one. I like this idea, man. It's not usual big room. So I really enjoyed it. I think the first part was cool, but when the vocalists go one octave higher, it becomes, so thin. So maybe you can just duplicate the channel and process it differently. Or maybe when the vocal is going to another note, you can have some other, sounds to support it. Or even you can just EQ a little bit lows, so it doesn't lose the power. Other than that, that was cool. The chord steps, they could be a little bit better in the mix. I don't know how. Maybe sidechain, maybe EQ, maybe just the volume. It was a little bit to front of the mix, but yeah, you gotta mix it inside of the mix if it makes sense. And the last part was very cool. I really enjoyed this switch idea. The problem is like in the first build up, there's nothing happening. We just got the ARP. Maybe at least in the first build up I'm talking about, at least you can tease filtered chord steps. But it's happening in here as well, like too much space, nothing happening, I will work on it. Just get a reference again, at least you can copy the arrangement wise, the idea wise. Because vocals are, not singing, that's the problem. It's just ambient. There's no story, no theme to tell in that specific part. For example, you got this melody, right? Just put the same melody in here, but make it play by a plug sound. So then when the melody actually came, so you are making a preparation for it. The main drop plug must be, much more bigger with tons of reverb. You gotta process it so big, so bright. Now it's not powerful enough. It's just fading away with this powerful kick and bass. So just try to find the balance between them. And in this part of the drop, at least give me more drums, some hi-hats, because this is the ending of the track. So you gotta make the energy go to the maximum as much as you can just before finishing the track, Just give me more drums, more top loops. Yeah, man, good big room track. Just try to focus on these aspects when you are producing on it, and it's gonna be fire track. Let's continue. Yeah, I think I can just put this oscilloscope in here and forever. How I didn't think about it before. It's not a finished track, I think. That's why I'm only gonna judge the kick and bass. I feel like there's some gap between the kick and bass, you know, kick hits, and then there's some slightly small gap, and then the bass is playing, and there's no groove, you know, there's no flow. Yeah, just try to fix that problem. That's the first thing to check it out. Yeah, other than that, there's nothing to feedback. I will just check this kick and bass problem. This climax part, the synth super soft part, just give it more volume, maybe a little bit body. It's just a bit thin compared to this part. Because yeah, that's the bootleg. When you switch to the original track, there will be some power difference. So to solve this problem, you can give a little bit volume and maybe body boost. I mean like maybe 1K or maybe even 600 Hz, you know, just a little bit body. Yeah, maybe even not the body, just give volume to the bass and then it's gonna be fixed. Yeah, that's the gap. That's the gap you wanna avoid to maintain the power. So if we check this part, you see when the build-up comes, the track becomes much more bigger, but we don't want to do that. Yeah, let's go keep listening. The idea-wise is perfect, by the way. Just some mixing problem. That's why you're sending the track, right? I like it, man. I like it. It's like I got no negative feedback for the rest. This is a full track, a very nice bootleg, and you know, I think most of the DJs will play it on a festival. Just first climax parts, just make it bigger, and other than that, the rest is so cool.
LSD.
I feel like the bass is not that big, I think we are lacking of the bass. You know, the kick is cool, but after kick, I don't hear much big bass. Probably you have the rumble, right? Maybe you can give some saturation to the rumble. I'm not sure. It should cover a little bit more frequencies. I feel like that. Other than that, the rest of the sound sounds cool so far. So for example, when you are making this kind of transitions with, you know, snares and everything, if you don't put a master automation or if you don't put any filter to cut the low end, then the next part is not gonna impact. And in this case, it's just opposite. When you put the snare rolls and everything with the kick, with the all groove, so that part becomes like too much loud and the energy level goes too high. So, and the part after that, when you are just ending the snare roll and the stuff and going to the drop, and the drop sounds less powerful because just the previous part, if our brains are making a comparison and we think like the drop is not that big. So you can do something like that. Just try to lower the volume with a master EQ when you are making this kind of little transitions, or just cut the low frequencies a little bit with a filter. The master is so cool, by the way. I like it. Very good mastered. Maybe the kick is too present comparing to the other sounds like the horn or like the pads that you are playing in the background. I will give them a little bit volume, but that's totally your perspective, your point of view. So it's your choice, it's the producer's choice.
LSD.
The hi-hats playing left right, I will just lower the volume a little bit. It's kind of too sudden and it's, I think, a little bit too loud. Other than that, I like the groove. It sounds really dark. This is my taste. This is a cool track. Congratulations, man. Let's go to the next track. I think one of the problem in the track, you are lacking of the 4K, 5K in the drop, which gives the track clarity. Without those frequencies, the drop is gonna sound, so dark, so less bright. I don't know how to express it. That's the first thing, the coloring. And you can just fix that problem by giving some boost on the master in 4 or 5K. And the next thing, you are very lacking of the sub frequencies. If we check, so I think your track is the note A, or I don't know. I think your kick is C sharp and the track is on G sharp, right? So if the track is in G sharp, it's 55 hertz, and we gotta have some 110 hertz. We need some bass in the second octave, second root as well. But in here, we don't have it. We only have the sub, the first octave, but you don't have the second octave, and which makes the track, in terms of the low frequencies, which makes the track sounds, less powerful. When you listen the track on bad headphones or phone or laptop speakers or any small speakers, they won't be able to produce 50 hertz or 70 hertz. They will be barely hearable. So when you play your track, there won't be any low frequencies. It's not gonna sound bassy. So that's why I always try to feel the second octave as well. That's so important. Even you can maybe just saturate those frequencies on your bass to make those frequencies present. But I think you already released the track, so you cannot fix this one. But in the next track, just make sure to fill those little gaps on the low region. It's gonna, improve the mix down so much better. I think this part of the drop so cool, but again, if I criticize it, I see tons of spikes. So which means you are not saturating your sounds properly, and that might be the problem. Or maybe you are making the over EQ, maybe you are making some surgical EQ, because again, these frequencies are dipped and it makes it sound a little bit weird in my opinion. So if you dip all the resonating frequencies, it's not gonna sound good in the mix. Always try to use the sound with less processing. I think that's a really important thing. Yeah, man, this is a really decent track. I think if you focus on the mixing issues on your next productions, it's gonna be so much better. Okay, let's go to the next track.
I am a lost astronaut. So please help me. Astronaut.
You say lead is not ready. Yeah, it's not ready, but I think the direction is cool.
So please help me.
Vocals are a little bit loud compared to the music. It's too bassy and it's too big. You gotta balance them. I will give some, at least put some vocal in somewhere around here. Because that kind of vocals are making the audience still be able to follow the track. Yeah, this lead, probably you are talking about this lead. This is not ready, right? Okay. It's a bit too thin, but yeah, try to tease it a little bit earlier. It comes too sudden. I'm not judging with the mix down yet because you say it's not finished, but it's kind of too sudden. At least give me this melody just before the break section. At least tease me somewhere so it doesn't surprise me that much.
I am a lost astronaut. Astronaut. So please help me. I am a lost astronaut.
Chord sound, chord steps can be louder. And I think the bass can be a bit bigger as well compared to the kick.
So please help me. So please help me.
Other than that, it's going good. It's a little bit experimental, but I think you got the full production, at least it's going nicely. So try to focus on this problem that I mentioned and just try to finish this track. I think it's worth to finish. Let's go to the next track. Very solid kick bass, no issues so far, but it's kinda clipping. I'm not sure, but I'm hearing some crackling sound. Probably that's because you maybe put too much mastering on it, maybe too much maximizing. Yeah, just make sure it's not clipping or distorting. If you over maximize it, you can get this problem. So far, perfect. Just one critic. Acid is too narrow. Yeah, because of its nature, it's mono. But maybe just giving it a bit ping-pong delay, you can make it sound more wide. Because the kick bass also mono. If the acid also sits in the center of the mix, they will be fight. And also there's no enough stereo information. But other than that, so cool. Very nice track. the bass going too low notes. That's why it sounds like, it cannot produce that low frequencies. Yeah, it's happening to me as well. Sometimes the track key is too low. And when you write your bass line, you need to go very, very low. Try to put the lowest notes 1 octave higher and see if it's gonna be better. Talking about the main re bass. Dude, this is one of the best productions I have ever heard from you. I think you're going very good direction. Just keep it up. I'm so proud to see this progress on you. So congrats on this one. Groove is perfect. The storytelling is cool. It's driving me for a minute and I haven't bored at all. The problem I'm gonna mention is the bass. It's not warm or saturated enough, I think. It can be more alive, in my opinion. Now it's too flat. Maybe just some simple processing, even something like with Fab Filter Saturn. Maybe you can boost some certain frequencies. I don't know. Just try to make it a little bit coloring. But other than that, so far so good.
Salvation. Stand as one. This is our destiny.
You know how I imagined this track? Again, I'm gonna talk about the bass line because the rest is perfect. In my head, if I have a psytrance kick and a psytrance bass on this drop, so it could take it on a next level in my opinion. Everything is fitting perfectly to the psytrance, but the current bass is having no high frequencies at all. Like, you know the signature psytrance bass sound, right? I would just put that kind of bass in this drop.
A feeling from
And we got the techno rumbly parts. Very colorful, very diversity track. Yeah, man, I really enjoy this track. Conquest on this one. So far so good, but I was checking span to make sure the kick and bass are in enough loudness. They have the enough loudness, but I think the track is not mastered or not mastered properly. That's why I'm kinda sometimes losing the power of the punch of the kick. Try to give it couple dBs, kick and bass at the same time. If not, try to, just boost more on the mastering with maximizing. They should be glue everything.
Humans. Always making same mistakes. Humans. What have you learned? Always making.
I feel like the vocals are a little bit loud and maybe kind of boxy on. Let's figure that frequency.
The same mistakes. Over and over.
Yeah, like in 400 to 600 hertz, I will dip the vocals a little bit.
Humans. I was programmed inside to beat you.
Dude, I love the background sounds, they are so sick. Yeah, man, really good production. I got the vibe, I got the emotions. I really enjoyed this track. Yeah, just little problems maybe with mastering, maybe just balancing sound more properly. So really good track, man. Congrats on this one. So we are on the last couple tracks now. The groove is so cool. The thing I would fix is this 300 hertz bass. It's kind of making it boxy and kind of masking the things. Or maybe we can call it muddy. I don't know if the terms are too complicated for me. But yeah, this dip, it's gonna make the things complicated. Just try to dip the 300 hertz. So the last part, if it's gonna be same with the previous part, at least try to add extra thing, maybe some melody, maybe some vocal phrase. Again, this part also got too much 300 Hz frequencies, so probably it's best if you also dip those frequencies as well. So my point is like that. You probably don't want to have some frequency which is going higher than your bass, than your kick and bass. You know, sometimes some sounds go bigger, but as I mentioned before, the mid frequencies, our ears tend to hear them bigger than they are. So for example, those frequency, the 600 Hz area, just a little bit too much. And this 350, definitely too much. Just try to tame them, maybe with dynamic band EQ, maybe just EQ, maybe compression. You will find a way, you will figure it out, but yeah, try to avoid these big spikes, especially on 300 Hz area. Yeah, man. Other than that, you know, just some mixing issues. Other than that, try to add some top melody to your drops. It's gonna make them much more interesting. But other than that, the groove is so cool. I love this track.
The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
Hey, it's me. I know we haven't spoken in a while and things have been weird. I just wanted to let you know that I miss you. But I still think about you a lot.
I will put some top kick in here because the kick kicks punch is good, but is missing in all other sounds. I would have a top kick. Maybe don't even route it to anywhere. Just route it to the master and make sure we got some click every time, no matter what. Other than that, the main sounds, I think they are a bit oversized chained. I will just make the mix less. You will find the sweet spot.
I just wanted to let you know that I miss you. Do you think about me? Hey, it's me. I know we haven't spoken in a while and things have been weird. I just wanted to let you know that I miss you.
The melody is too silent.
But I still think about you a lot. Do you think about me?
Leave your message after the beep.
I just wanted to let you know that I miss you.
I love this epic melody, so cool.
But I still think about you a lot. Do you think about me? I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah man, solid track. I really enjoyed this one as well. Guys, I'm so tired. We are on the last two tracks. Just hang on with me. The trick is so cool, there's no problems with it, but again the 300 Hz area, which just occupies too much headroom in the track, and also it's just make it sounds not relaxed. I don't know how to express it, and it makes everything a little bit too flat in my opinion. If you just in the master dip a little bit of 300 Hz area, just find your sweet spot, it might be so much better. But so far so good, just anyways. I don't know, maybe my ears are tired for today, but I feel like the mix is kinda distorting because of too much maximization, and also this dip I'm talking about might be solving that problem as well. Yeah, my problem, the second problem is kind of correct. I think it's the track doesn't have that much dynamic range. I think you maximize it a little bit too much. If you just give it more headroom, a bit more dynamic range, I mean, and also deep to 300 hertz. This track already release ready in terms of technical stuff. It's so cool. And going to the last track for today.
A land of fantasy. 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 A land of fantasy. 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 A land of fantasy. Fantasy. A land of fantasy. Fantasy. A land of fantasy.
So far, so good.
A land of fantasy. Facing reality. Protect the weak. Free your mind. Chaos and order. For blood and glory. The fight of evil. A land of fantasy. Fantasy, 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 fantasy. A land of a land of fantasy. Fantasy. A land of fantasy. Fantasy. A land of fantasy.
I couldn't imagine a closing track for this feedback session better than this. So also, man, you are sending me tracks almost every feedback session, and this one was the best track you sent so far, in my opinion. So very, very good production. I love it. Like the second build up, I'm really amazed. So congrats on this one. Okay guys, today I listened all the demos that you sent me from Discord. If you missed this month, you can join the next one. Discord link in the description. Just follow the notifications on the Discord. I'm opening the submissions every month, just couple days before I shooting this feedback video. I hope you can apply these techniques and tricks on your productions as well. See you on the next video. Bye bye.